So I'm in the shed again. We're in lockdown due to the coronavirus, and I'm just going to go for a little repair on this multi-tool. This is a cheapy one that I've had only a few weeks, and I think I bought it from Lidl or Aldi. They both do exactly the same tool. One's green, one's blue. It's battery powered. It's got a nice little tool, but unfortunately it has stopped working. So we're just going to have a look at how we take it apart and see if we can fix it. First thing, take the battery out, unscrew the collet, unscrew the end bit, and then we've got about 4 screws here to do. So I'm now going to zoom in so you can see this bit. So there's 4 of these little screws. They're crosshead, so positive drive or Phillips. Anyway, they're undone. There's just some coming out. And the last thing we need to do is in the end here, hopefully you can see that, there's this little clip here which holds the 2 sections together. So I just need to pull that out, and it's easy done with a little screwdriver, and put it underneath here if you can, and prise it out. Easier said than done. So hopefully you can see this little clip. I've actually pulled it out already. So you should be able to get a screwdriver underneath there and just prise that out. And then there's another one on the other side there. So once you've taken those clips out and the 4 screws, you should be able to separate the tool in half. And that's what you get. So you can see the motor, there's a bearing here, this is the switch here, and this is the PCB. Now I'm going to try and show you what I think's wrong with this. Take off that half. I don't know if you can see this. I think you can. There's a little bit of discoloration here, and that to me suggests that this area of the printed circuit board has got fairly hot. So when I look on the other side, you can see here this component is slightly skewed. It's not aligned with all the other components, and it looks like it's got a bit hot, and then it's the solder's melted and it's moved. So I'm just going to go over the pad, because it looks like one of the legs isn't even on its pad now. I'm going to solder that and see if I can get it to work. So I'm not going to try and straighten the component. I'm just going to solder over the legs again. I need 3 hands for this. You can see that's still not on the leg, so it obviously has shifted quite a lot. There you go. Not the neatest of jobs, so hopefully that will do the job. I can actually try this out now, I suppose. I'll just connect the battery and see if I can get that to work. Okay, so that worked. So now I've just got to reassemble that, and I can carry on doing what I was doing. So to put this back together, you need to be slightly careful that you get all these wires where they should be. So put the PCB in first, and then what I find, get the red and the black wire to the motor out of the way first, and then make sure you get the green wire down there. You don't really want it connecting with the knob here. So that looks okay. Just make sure everything's out of the way. I'm not going to get crushed when I put the lid back on. So hopefully you can see that. I've made sure we're not over this bit or over that bit. So now the case should go back together. Last minute check, PCB's aligned, yep. Okay, that's not going together, that's because of that. There we go. So that looks okay. I'm just going to screw that on to hold it together while I do the rest of the screws up. So now we'll put the screws in. And do those up. I should point out that it's always useful to know how an item failed if you're trying to fix it. And in this case, I was just using it and it stopped working suddenly. The battery indicator said it still had power, so I turned it off, turned it back on again, and it came back to life again, which is a bit unusual. With this type of battery, you would expect it to stop when the battery is dead. It's a lithium-ion battery, and the motor will be stopped and the tool will be stopped prior to the battery becoming totally exhausted, otherwise the battery will damage. But obviously there was something wrong because this kept on coming on and the battery wasn't even dead. And when I took the battery out of the unit, you could actually smell it wasn't quite right. It wasn't a really bad smell, but it certainly an indicator that something had got hot. So that, throw it around, and now I'm going to put these clips back in. And that one. And there you go. So there you have it. That's another tool I've saved going to landfill. I really like to try and fix tools where I can. I don't like it when they fail, and I do like to try and fix them. In this case it was quite an easy job, and I think anybody who can use a soldering iron could have fixed this tool. Thank you for watching.